Today we're gonna go to Little India, where the Urban Sketchers Singapore is gathering because the president of USK Global is in town. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that. Let's go. So Little India is a very interesting place in Singapore. I really liked the sight and sound, or especially the colors of the place. Right now we just celebrated Diwali, which is a festival of light, and then there's still a lot of the decorations for Diwali is still kind of up and about. I'm walking down Buffalo's Road, which is a place where lots of temple flowers and goods, some of them probably from India or even from other parts of the world, sold to cater to the Indian community in Singapore. To my right is actually Tekka Market. It's a marketplace, a wet market, and where you can buy lots of food. I'm crossing Serangoon Road towards Indian Heritage Centre, going down Campbell Lane. There's a small lane, and again lots of temple flowers and other sort of clothes and stuff sold along this small lane. I bumped into Dorothy and Minju, and we're gonna go back. According to them, most of the sketches are already at Tekka Market. So here we are, Tekka Market. We're seeing some of the sketches, including the global president. Janine was just going through some of her sketches, and I was being introduced. And
So been busy?
let me just show you around Tekka Market, where you can see a lot of sketches sitting all around and getting themselves ready for a day of sketching.
Hello.
It's been a wet day,
Hi.
so not many of us
Hey.
are going to sort of plonk ourselves somewhere outside where we will be exposed to the rain. Here's Andrew and Patrick. Andrew is one of the early founder members of Urban Sketchers. Very good to see him out and about. He has a new baby, and I think it's quite hard when you have baby in tow, but here he is. Here are all the other sketches as well that you can see sitting around. So as for me, I was just gonna plonk myself down, and I started doodling people that I could observe sitting around me, and lots of people are playing with their phone, having coffee, and even just having a meal. It's about 10 something in the morning, and lots of people are about. And I didn't really have a design in mind, but I wanted to just get my creative juice going and just kind of observe, look at people, and just look around and enjoy the lines that I'm making with my Sailor Field Nib. It's a profit model, and I have my De Atramentis ink loaded, and I love the feel of the pen on the Bao Hong watercolor hot press paper. It's very smooth. This is an A5 size sketch, and it doesn't really scratch. It's not very scratchy, it's very smooth, and I like the combination of the pen, ink, and paper. So as you can see, I'm just drawing people from the side, from the front, and it doesn't really matter. It was kind of like I was looking for interesting shapes and interesting people to sketch, and all I wanted was just smash one in, be amongst the urban sketcher in Singapore and feeling great being out and about. Here's Shirley doing her sketch, and here's Chit Singh doing his
watercoloring.
And this is Helena doing her very polka dot style today. And Chow, who is just about to finish his first sketch, I think. Elvin is back from Korea. He's just having a chat with some of the sketches. Ben, the architect, who is looking good with his sketch. And here's Pei Yi and Dorothy.
Which one are you drawing?
Here's the very colorful sketch from
Thank you.
Pei Yi. And this one is Dorothy sketched, sketching people. Lovely to see all the sketches out and about. We have a lot more sketches. I won't be able to introduce all of them to you, but I'm just gonna let you see. That's Janine with hers. Patrick, of course, doodling away, people and the stores behind. All the other sketchers sitting around. Fabian in his famous stripes. Tain Lin with his nice
one.
lines.
As usual,
Awesome.
being able to come out. Glad to have you here in Singapore.
So excited to be here. Thank you. Everybody's been so amazing.
There you go.
Many more people.
So back to the color, because I've was walking about and I come back now after the inks dry. I'm just gonna, I guess figure out how to make this sketch looks interesting. First, put in the stripes. There is a sketcher that is wearing stripy t-shirts, and I found that very interesting, so I'm just gonna put that down. And next I go for the hair with a different gradation of tone, and then slightly bluish t-shirt, the guy who's playing with his phone on the table. Drop in a bit of red just for contrast and interest, and also color, I guess maturity. And yeah, I'm thinking, alright, it's gonna be a black, white, grey sort of scheme all across the entire sketch, just to make some of the figures pop. So let's see whether I'll be able to successfully deliver that plan. When you put blue and red together, it makes nice deep purple. So that's what you see on the men's t-shirt. A bit of brown on the hair, because hair is not always black, it's usually dark brown or some shades of brown. So I dropped in a bit of brown. There's a Malay lady in the traditional Muslim costume, and I kind of just put in the colors brown and blue, because they are kind of contrasty, right? And yeah, I put in some colors. The tables are bright orange, but I didn't want it to be too glaring bright orange, so I muted that down somewhat. When I put in the background colors, I'm very conscious of making the body pop, or the figures pop, by making sure that they are sort of overlaid, or rather so overlapping. The man's t-shirt's light blue, so I put in the light blue. I'm going to put in a skin tone. It's a combination of Naples yellow with quinacridone roast, and that's just easiest way of getting skin tone. Now I'm going to go in with dark. In some way I'm going to make the figure pop by putting in fairly dark color or tone. This is to really make or separate the shapes, if you like, so that you can easily see where are the figures and what is the background. There's not much more to describe. I'll let you see the rest of the sketch. This is done in a fast mode, so I'm actually speeding up the video footage. I've really enjoyed coming out to sketch people, and I hope you enjoy this video as well. It's not so much about the sketch of the people, but more about the Urban Sketchers Singapore coming out to play on a rainy day.
Draw properly is don't think whether it's nice or not.
Learning not to judge your own drawing is key.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you think when you're drawing?
Nothing.
Now you have already reached nirvana. Sorry, can you come down a bit? Nothing is very hard.
I don't know, I guess planning, I'm just thinking which is the more important part to emphasize.
Focus.
Do I focus on these signboards, or do I focus on the people?
Right.
Make everything important, then everything is going to be complex.
That's true.
Like that.
Pick your battle.
Yeah.
More sketches, but let me just show you the backdrop to what they are sketching.
Goes into my YouTube short blurb.
These are the stores, lots of people to sketch. Very interesting place indeed.
The founder of Urban Sketchers Singapore. And nice sketch always.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, look at that.
Today for people, must go.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Now want to put color.
Oh, okay. Color. Okay, we'll come back.
So after the sketch at Tekka Market and rain has receded somewhat, we all walked back to Indian Heritage Centre down Campbell Lane, and we are gonna sort of do a show and tell where we throw down all our sketches. This is sort of a little tradition at the end of a sketch event. We put all our sketches onto a place and we will observe and admire and talk to one another about the day of sketching. Again, I'm not going to comment too much. I'll just let you enjoy the footage, and then we'll come back a little bit to close off with a closing ceremony by Patrick and the committee that runs Urban Sketches Singapore.
Alfonso's work! Thank you. This is over at Singapore Dunlop Street. That's Benson's.
Supposed to congregate because here is like narrow and everything. So can you pick up your sketches and follow me? Put it around in the most ergonomic fashion you can. Just like this. Like this.
As you can see, we have started to put down all our sketches, and the closing is about to begin.
Oh yes, that's you.
Okay. Hi everybody, welcome, and thank you despite the bad weather, choosing to come and join us today. My name is Pat, one of the admins here in Singapore, and admin of Singapore, can you please put up your hands? Okay, most likely those who are wearing, okay, just put up your hands, don't be shy. I just want to recognize you. Okay, there's a reason why we meet this week. For the month of October, right? I'll show you the reason soon. And and then in between the meetings, we have got smaller groups like ITOU, right? And we have groups like Sunday sketch, weekend sketches, right? And the cafe sketches. Some of our cafe sketches usually meet midweek on a Wednesday night and at a cafe somewhere. So
Sketcher, but I'm a travel sketcher because whenever I go traveling, I sit and paint, or sometimes when I'm visiting something, I take back my photographs and then I kind of sketch it from there. So that's it.
Well, sketches travel and travel is sketch, so
Yes.
they're one and the same thing.
Yeah.
In my book.
I also take classes. Been doing that with small children also,
That's
introducing them to plein air art.
From New York, so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
One more here.
I've been in Singapore for the last 6 years with a pandemic break in Canada, back in India. I'm joining from the first time here, but it's being part of other groups. So and I wanted to also show that I have actually used my sketching.
Hi, I'm Viviane. I am French. I arrived in Singapore in August. I like benching, but acrylic on canvas. So for me, it's a little bit basic because I stopped painting or drawing during COVID. So I just stopped.
That's awesome.
So I met Vincent.
Well, we have a good. And I were in Gyeongju for an event together with Paul. Where's Paul?
He's back there.
Yeah.
And Alvin.
And Alvin, yeah. You know, the four of us, we were, together with an international group of people, support.
Hope you have enjoyed this episode where I was sketching people and the visit of Genine, the president of USK Global, to Singapore. Stay safe wherever you are. This is Whee Teck out for this episode.